Hello, everybody. How's it going? Sorry I'm late. You know how it be. If I'm not late, something wrong with me. Hi, everybody. Before I say hi, I'm going to wait for more people to come in. There's a lot of creators going live right now. A lot of drama, a lot of things. I think Chris Madonna is going live. Yep. Hello, Mallory. I know Mallory is literally everywhere. Afro-human, everywhere I'm at. Birds of a feather, y'all. Okay, y'all. Where is Summer Wells shirt? I've only sold maybe, I think it's 6% of the ones I ordered, but you know what, guys? It is what it is. I don't care. I just wanted you guys to have, the opportunity. And I way overestimated, I think how people would feel. I thought that they would be cool with the shirts, and that the Q, Carlock, and the Scott H, all that stuff, I wasn't around really, during that time, or I wasn't really aware of even who they were. So I guess I didn't think about the backlash of using Summer's face, which is on the back, as you'll know. So nobody really, I don't think, felt comfortable buying the shirts. They are $35. The remaining amount was supposed to is going to Rescue One Global. So didn't raise a lot. I wanted to raise more, but you know what? It's not about that. It's about Summer Wells. Yes, we are going to the Vigil still on June 15th. From, I believe it's 7 to 9, but I'll be there from 5 to 9, or 5 to 7:30. And then I'm going to head over to Warriors Park and say hello to everybody. And, celebrate Summer's life up to the point that we know of, right? So, I'm going to wait for a few more people to come in to say hi. But that's kind of the deal. It's really, really unfortunate, though, that the drama of creators that I had no part in, that I had really no idea about until, thankfully, Enchanted Life Path kind of gave me some info. Not that it's, I don't care about the drama. It's just I didn't know. And it's really sad that when someone like me and other people are just trying to do an honest to goodness great thing in her honor, that it becomes such a shit show and such a negative thing. So I think a lot of people were very like, I can't get involved in this shirt. Some did, of course, and thank you so much for those who did that. I appreciate it. But it's just really disheartening that that's kind of the thing that guides people to shy away from good things. I call the true crime community very jaded, if you will. But we need to, we can't undo the past, but we need to work on it in the future. And I'll be damned that we will continue this shit show after this vigil. The vigil is kind of like not only to give Summer and all missing children a voice, right? But it's holding the true crime community accountable too, like I've stated from the very beginning. That we cannot continue this way. It is eating us from the inside out. And sometimes you got to fight fire with fire to diminish those toxic toxicity that creeped within the true crime community before I even thought of joining YouTube. It's really sad. So that's all I had on that. It's really disheartening, though. It hurts my feelings, not just for what I'm trying to do. I'm part of EquiSearch. I volunteer with CPS, holding children who have been beaten so badly by their parents, to make them feel just A-okay enough to get to that foster home. but people don't want to get to know you. They don't want to know what you're about. They want the next drama, the next informational piece to get them hyped up or riled up or settled down enough to get through their day. And we cannot keep doing this, and I don't think Summer Wells ever wanted this to happen, in a sense of the negativity. I think, let's just say Summer Wells is found and grows up to be and would be an amazing human being. Do you think that, looking back at that we did our best? Did we do our best during the entire year to find her, and not only find her, but treat everyone with kindness, to report abuse properly? Are we doing our part that we should have done and what should have been done for her and her brothers, Harmony, Montgomery, Oakley, Cody Bigsby, and all of those other babies, and all of those other missing women, Indigenous women? Are we doing our part, y'all? That's what Summer Wells has taught us and will always teach us, that we need to do better. And her case is the biggest example of how we need to change. 100%. So, did y'all hear about the private investigator? I'm just going to switch on off of that before I get emotional. But yes, the private investigator, this was like the perfect time for that information to come out. I believe this private investigator, y'all, it sounds so familiar. It's CNC Investigations, I believe, in Tennessee, Elizabethton, Tennessee. I thought that they had worked on Evelyn, the little baby in Tennessee that was murdered by her mother. I want to research that while I'm here, but I have a good feeling about it. It's just very odd to me that it took so long to get this information, first of all, out, but, why a year later? Yeah, Chris and Cindy, I thought they had worked on other cases that I remember, because I remember hearing this name. It's like CNC Investigations, I believe. And I know that they had done other cases. Can't remember the names. I'm going to look them up. There's a lot of CNC Investigations guys, by the way. I don't know if you knew that. But they've done other things. They do a lot of things. They do skip trace and asset recovery, like phones and, digital stuff and technology, background checks, obviously, child custody investigations, process servicing, missing persons investigations, etc., etc. Chris, is it Chris? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Look at the about section. Oh no, it's not working. Probably because everybody has been blowing up this website to see who they are. Yeah, the Evelyn Boswell. I'm pretty sure he was a private investigator for them. Yeah. I'm going to find it. But anyway, while I'm doing that, I wanted to talk about what you guys are probably going to see in Tennessee, all right? So obviously we're going to the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office to pay our respects to the community, to the sheriff, the sheriff's office, and law enforcement. Summer Wells, all missing children. But I specifically, why I'm going, and we don't even know who all's going yet, but we know that Bullhorn Betty is going to be setting up with us somewhere there. I'm not really sure who else is going, and I don't really care. I want the community to come, and I want them to kind of express how Summer Wells' case has affected them, how Summers has opened their eyes to the community. I really, really, really want them to open up. And I would really, really like for them to come and at least express, you know, those things in a positive light, because they matter. That community matters. They have been painted, like everybody in Hawkins County has been painted as a drug using, drug abusing, child abusing, bad group of people, and not everybody is. That's not true. You know, there's always bad apples in a community. It's just that Hawkins County has been overran by human and drug trafficking more so than a lot of other places, because it's in the center of the United States where a lot of trafficking can go, you know, to Texas, you know, and down to Mexico. You can go to California. You can go up to Illinois, Michigan, north. Go to New York, Canada. You know, there's so many places, and that's that central hub, and we don't realize that. And that's not necessarily the fault of the community members who don't do those things. It's law enforcement, it's the government, and anyway, they matter too. They really need a voice too. Because I highly doubt that this is what they were wanting in their community, first of all, for a little girl to go missing, but for their area to be blasted like it is. Because it's very, very beautiful. And I want to show you how beautiful this county is and the counties around it, because we're going to go a few places. All right, I'm going to say hi to everybody. Guidance, my girl, Susanna, Heather, thank you for being here. Linda, thank you so much. Hey, Single Mama 4. Dope. Heather. I'm so glad you're here, Missy. I thought you were going to be relaxing. She's been working really hard. Carla, Mallory, hey Mallory. Jennifer, hi. And I can't see very well today. I don't know what's going on with me. Lauren. All right. And whoever else, if you're watching after the fact, hey, my wrench. Sorry, I forgot you too. And Lucia. If you're watching later, I'm glad you're here. So yeah, I think that Chris Calvo from CNC and his wife were investigators on Evelyn Boswell, the little girl from who was murdered by her mother. She vanished in 2020, I believe. Let's just go over that really quickly. Hey, little Texan. Royal Blue, glad you're here. Oh, hell. Guy Fieri has to show up. Tension. Always wanting attention. Anyway, Evelyn Boswell's death and disappearance. I thought that they had convicted her already. Anyway, she was missing. Her grandfather reported her missing. And obviously the mom was sus as hell about it. This was in Tennessee too. So Megan Boswell, who was only 17 when she gave birth to Evelyn, had been charged with murdering her daughter. Her trial has yet to begin, postponed by the COVID-19 pandemic. I swear I thought she had already been. Let's look at Megan Boswell. Update. So I think that they were working on this case, and I think that it's great that the private investigators are on this. I just want to know how long. You know, has it been a few months? I remember Chris Madonna talking about a private investigator and Dawn right around the time that Mary called Dawn and talked about Jeannie pressing charges in Utah against him. I remember him saying something about a private investigator, but maybe it wasn't anything. I don't know. So, all right, April 7th. Megan Boswell said she knew daughter was dead before the body was discovered. What a piece of garbage. What a piece of garbage. I wasn't sure how that ended up yet. TBI Special Agent David Gratz testified Thursday in court that Boswell told him Evelyn died after her boyfriend rolled over onto the child when they were sleeping. I don't believe that. But she didn't report it properly, and she didn't do her due diligence as a mother. And anyway, so I wonder if they testified against her. I don't know. Sullivan County. That's right. They didn't even report her missing. The grandfather did. So y'all can go to hell in a handbasket. Anyway, I'm glad that they are, doing this. So, I wanted to do a little bit of map time today and show you a few things. First, I'm going to show you some places that I want to go. I do have someone that I'm interviewing in Hawkins County, but I think I'm meeting them in Sullivan County. And they are a community member, and they know some law enforcement over, their years. And they are going to talk about how this has all affected them specifically and their family. And so that surprise is coming. I will be live streaming the vigil as well. But before the vigil and after the vigil, I'm going to be going to places. Specifically, let me log into this real quick. I want y'all knowing my email and my passwords. I like y'all, but not that much. No, I'm just kidding. So, first I'm going to show you where I'm going to take you. Not every place, but specifically, there's a place called Laurel Creek. I'm pretty sure everybody knows or has heard somewhat of Laurel Creek because some of the people that you've heard in Summer's case over time either lived there or lived close. So your girl Eve is going to do a little backtracking, some little trail hiking in Laurel Creek. It's called Boat Mountain Trail. Have you ever heard of Boat Mountain Trail? It's in Townsend, Tennessee. Now I know what you're thinking. You're like, why are you going outside of Hawkins County and outside of, I don't even think it's in Sullivan. It might be in Sullivan. But anyway, it's because we need to look, I believe we need to be looking outside of where we think Summer maybe. Everybody's honed in on Simpson Loop, and I agree. I think that, at least at one point, Summer was around the property. They need to definitely be checking the wells on Ben Hill Road. They need to be checking, if they can. If they find the evidence to search that property on Ben Hill Road, they should. But while everybody else is trying to do that, I don't feel like I'm going to get anywhere with that because I'm just Eve, your girl Eve. But let's go outside of that and let's, look into it. And as I was searching for areas, I found Boat Mountain Trail. And it is gorgeous. Let me tell you. I'm pulling it up. Sorry, I got the wrong login. There it is. I want you to see this place. So Laurel Creek, there's a Laurel Creek Trail that goes from like South Carolina through Sullivan County to Hawkins County. This is a huge trail. But I wanted to show you some of the photos. Laurel Creek runs through these trails over here. And they also have a really beautiful little spring. It's a creek, but it reminds me of the ones in Colorado that I saw when I was a kid. Yeah, that's gorgeous. I will be going to the Sensabaugh Haunted Bridge. I will be showing y'all that. I hope you feel Summer's presence while you're there. You know, that's what I want to do. She's always there. Let me keep going. Let me keep going. And I don't know why I'm so, drawn to this Laurel Creek, but I am. And this, ew, it's poop. We're not going to be doing that. Look how beautiful it is in the winter. It's amazing. But if anybody doesn't know about the Sensabaugh Haunted, what is it? I guess it's a tunnel, right? And the thing is that there's a picture of Summer Wells in front of this tunnel. But anyway, the legend is that Sensabaugh he's a man that had a wife and children, including an infant, and he went crazy and murdered his entire family and disposed of them near this. And the thing is that if you turn off your car in the middle of the tunnel, then your car won't start and you'll hear babies crying and all that stuff, which is whatever. But I want to go through there. It's a crick, Heather. It's a crick. But I am definitely going to be going through here and showing y'all this beautiful area. These pictures don't do it justice. There was better ones. I don't think this is the website that I used. Let me go find another one. But Laurel Creek has come through in readings before. Most definitely, not just mine, but others. Guidances. I think it's on her channel, I'm pretty sure. So when I saw Laurel Creek, I was like, oh my God, I need to click on this and kind of look at these things. Now, it's so crazy because sometimes it looks really, really creepy in October, Halloween time. And then in the winter, it's freaking gorgeous, like a winter wonderland. Isn't that amazing? There's a tunnel that you have to go through in Townsend, Tennessee. Beautiful. There are beautiful things to look at while honoring Summer too. Because she should have been able to enjoy these beautiful things without being a victim, And so that's what I intend to do for y'all. I live in Lake Lure. Love it. Wow. Wow, that's so amazing. I want to go to that one place where they found that underground tunnel thing at is it a chemical plant in Tennessee? That's interesting. We're going to get to the pretty stuff. Damn it. Was it on that? Oh, it was TripAdvisor that I found it. My bad, y'all, my bad. It was on TripAdvisor. Anyway, we're going to go there. And we're also going to go to Bays Mountain, of course. I'm 188 miles to Rogersville. Nice. You should come to the Vigil. Are you going? I keep hearing Eastman. Yeah, we're going to go drive through some of those normal things that we all have seen, right? But I think I'm going to try a little bit of a different angle than just I don't know. We'll see. But we're going to go to those normal places. We're going to drive through Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, right? If I have time for that. But as I was searching, I went back to my rabbit hole craziness, and I wanted to show you something. So I was like, okay, let's expand a search. If I was a private investigator, no one can find Summer over a year, and they've done some searches, got a private eye on it now with a drone. Like, okay, hi, Mr. Eve, he's in the chat. Like, where would you go? Where else would you go? And I started connecting all of the people that used to hang out together that we know of, right? And I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. But I started thinking, why don't we just go a half a mile out of that 2-mile radius? And I'm going to show you what I found on Google Earth. And I don't mean to put anybody's private information out there that, lives in Tennessee. But I've always felt like this area has been of interest, and I hope that the private investigator, Chris and Cindy, hear this. I'm going to send it to them, like, going to send some areas of interest. And let me show you what it is. I don't know if anybody has heard of Barrett Hollow, but there has been, is it Garrett Hollow? Reese Light Road. All right. So, here we go. All right. Map time. So, there are some interesting things in these hills, y'all. As Barrett Hollow, excuse me. So, this little mountain, this is how I found this stuff right here. See how it says Laurel Run Park? This is where I was searching. That's where I found the trails, okay? So, here's Solomon's Temple. That's always been on my radar ever since. And no shade to the person that was doing the interview right after Summer went missing. I can't remember his name, but he was a little odd, I'm not going to lie. And sang a little song for Summer. They put the balloons out and the plate with the two boys on it. Anyway, that's where he goes to church. And so I'm just searching. I'm searching for sheds. I'm searching for everything that I can. And I did notice that on the Parsons land, and that's all I'm going to say, the Parsons land, there is nothing on it but land. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for land that has literally nothing on it, because that's going to be the least amount of activity. No one's going to really look at it, and excuse me. And any kind of oddities, right, that I noticed. Well, I did notice like some traffic coming up through this mountain a lot. This is near Blair's Gap Branch in Garrett Hollow. I do know, and I'm not going to go into this, but I do know and have connected ties between, Dawn and Candace and other people that are consistent, all right, in this Garrett Hollow area. It's very, very treesy, as Tyler Vaughn says about jumping his little barrier in Idaho, but let's just stick to Summer. This Barrett Hollow area is just very interesting to me. Because the more that you get up into these mountains, the harder it is to get out. All right, just like Beach Creek, when you go through these, roads that, you don't want to stop and say hi for too long. Rose Star, do you think since they don't want nobody searching the land, maybe they have brought her remains back? I mean, I don't know. Maybe. That's a good point. Near Grassy Creek Road. This area, I think it's always been on me, and everybody's mind, and my mods specifically. But new information suggests that this little area right here that does connect over to Kingsport, and also on the other way, Sullivan County, right? This might be a very good area to check. Okay. Hi, Sandy. And I really, really hope that once I send some information over to the private and guest investigators that we heard about, maybe they'll take their drone over there. Mr. Eve, haha, that dude is just lost in the sauce. Lost in some kind of sauce. Ooh. Pandy says, not sure Tyler would know what to do with himself in the hollers and mountains of Tennessee. You said it. So this is kind of like a hot spot to me, you know? Because in my opinion, if Summer isn't here and they can't find her in the holler, I don't know if they ever will. You know, the Ben Hill Road, Simpson Loop Road, which I do feel like that's such a good possibility. Like, I really do. My heart says it. But anyway, going to, what was it? Simpson Loop Road. Let's just go there. Just go there. I wanted to show y'all something. All right. So, not saying anybody is like specifically involved in anything. Anybody can go on private property and do some illegal shit, right? Without the owner's knowledge or permission, right? Should I bring Eve some water? Why? Drink your water? Oh, thank you. I don't have any. I have some ice, so hold on. It's hot in Texas, y'all. It's been 103 and 104 degrees. All right. Thank you. Extra special. I think it's been drink your water, Eve. Okay, I did. Anyway, so where were we? Here's my Mount Carmel Free Will Baptist. That's always been the double burial thing. This is definitely of interest to me. I don't know what they're doing here. Did they build onto it? Anyway, this has always been of interest to me. I wonder if that's been searched. Pretty sure. Thank you, love.
They all told me to.
Yeah. Oh, he blamed y'all. Listen to that. It's not because you're a sweet, helpful man.
Hell no. Come on now.
Thank you. Yeah, it's 104, and I'm tired. It's hot. So hot. Anyway, I found some like very interesting little areas where you could be tucked back in. You don't think that there's a road there. Well, somebody lives there. I mean, look at this little shed up here. Out in the middle of nowhere. And I'm not saying nothing, this is Judy Light's property. I'm not saying anything bad. I'm just saying these little things, if somebody knows about this area, or has it been searched? This is above Ben Hill Road. Is anybody going up in the mountains? I don't know. Is anybody going over the mountain to Barrett Hollow? This is private land. And there's been some nefarious shit go down here, and there are people that Candace and Dawn are connected to that are not always what you would call A1 citizens, just the facts. So, are they checking? Are they asking these people to, hey, can we search? Like, for instance, this little pond, has it been searched? Do we know? I don't know. And there are roads here. There are roads that you don't even have to take the main road if there's not water running through that road, if it's not washed out. There are ways to get to these areas, okay, and never be seen. Like, for real. For instance, that's what I was looking for. Like, are there little roads that you just don't know about that you could go through these mountains and not be seen? Yeah. Yeah, actually. Here's Beach Creek Valley. You can go around, and then, like, sometimes you'll see these little paths where there's, houses and stuff, and they have little private roads that dump into maybe dirt roads, and then it goes on and on and on. I mean, there are so many places, and these are thick. She could be anywhere, guys, but hopefully law enforcement is working with them to maybe pick out some areas of interest, but I don't know. I think that at least whoever took her away, Summer, because obviously someone took her away from the home, whether it be family or foe, doesn't matter, someone took her away. I think they're smart enough to know that they're going to look 2 miles around the home. I do. You're the best, Mr. Eve. So there's a few little areas that I am allowed to go on because it is actual, it's owned by the government. So your girl might show up to a few of them, but I'm not going to do anything ugly. I'm not going to be trespassing or anything. I really want to see how difficult it would be to search so that people get an understanding of how difficult this terrain is. And how beautiful it is too. So look for that. Very excited to show that to you. But again, maybe, just maybe, expand that search a little bit farther out. Just maybe 2 more miles. Because they might have moved her. I think that the whole multiple phones and Grandis having a burner and all that stuff, I truly think they would do some shit like that. It's been proven. Candace said that she gave Dawn's phone, and she had multiple phones, gave Dawn shit to oh, I love that name. Summer Moon is what matters. Thank you for subscribing. Yeah, I do think that they know something. I think that they have been plotting this for a hot minute. That's just my gut. I'm not saying that that's what they did. I can be wrong, and I have been wrong in my life many times. But I do feel like, yeah, she's in these hills. She's in these mountains. She is. And I think that there probably is multiple areas of evidence. I do. One person went and did this, one person went and did this, one person went and did this, and who knows, there might be 5 more that know that did something else. I do. Is straight talk considered a burner? I mean, yeah. But little do people know that burners can be tracked. When you use a phone ever, a device that connects to anything, it's recorded. Maybe not exactly right, your pings, geotracing. You can and will be found If you have anything that connects to a tower, right? And they have specialists in the FBI who can backtrack those. All right. Just because you have a burner phone doesn't mean that they can't trace what you did that day with that burner. It doesn't just go away. But because of that whole facade in the 90s and 2000s where people thought that and spread that rumor around, they were sadly mistaken. Do you think she was sold and sacrificed? I do believe that Summer was sacrificed for something. Whether it be Candace getting back at Dawn. Whether it be... Because you know what I'm thinking, y'all? There is a lot of animosity towards women. Think about this. There's a lot of animosity towards the women of the family. Rose Bly was definitely, she beat her own drum. I think that Candace and Candace Jr., right, have a problem with competing with any kind of other female energy. I do. It's very obvious. They like to be dominant in their femaleness. It's so odd to me. And if you think about it, Summer and Rose were two beautiful human beings with a special kind of, you could just tell by the way that they, presented themselves in pictures and what people say about them. They were bright energy. They were higher level. And I think that those two cannot stand being around something or people, even their own family, who are, it's almost like a competition. Do y'all feel that same way, or am I on this? Am I alone here? Yeah. So, it's almost like we don't want your type of beauty and love and charm here. It doesn't align with our family kind of thing. It's weird. And then you throw drugs in the mix of it. The generational trauma, right? You throw all of this stuff in, and then toxic ass men and people around you, it becomes very, very muddled and weird. So, that's just me. I don't know. I have some people agreeing. Thank you, Susanna, for answering Late Girl's question. I'm sorry. Odd black sheep syndrome. Yeah, I've seen that, y'all. Like, I have seen... I'm from East Texas, right? Okay? And I have seen some things. I have seen, like the teenager who was really, really pretty, and the siblings kind of followed into the druggy footsteps of the parents, and the teen rebelled and tried to make herself better, but she still had some issues with her attitude and stuff, and just completely ostracizing her and treating her so terribly because of that. Like, I get that. I've seen it before, and this is kind of the same energy, right? For sure. And that's how I feel, and I feel like it was nothing for Candace potentially to either set this up, or allow it to happen and be like, as long as I have my boys. Definitely some P-word energy from them two females. And that's just my opinion. I could be wrong, and you could say whatever you want about that. But that's the energy I am getting from them. And they haven't really been too kind to let anyone know otherwise, right? Especially Candace. Candace Bly. I live local to this story, and my service is pretty decent. I use Verizon. Them and Sprint certainly provide best coverage in Tri-Cities. Yeah. One of the theories that I had about how... Remember when Dawn was like, it was a miracle that they stayed on the phone together while Candace was searching, right? Driving off, and then, or whatever, was it Dawn or Candace? Either way, I think the reason why that happened, to be honest with you, is either A, she's lying, which I doubt about that, because everybody says that Ben Hill, when they are over there, their service is really bad. But I think that maybe Candace was parked somewhere where her Wi-Fi was already set up. For instance, Mount Carmel Church, the SDA church, a church nearby, maybe Jody Sue. I don't know. Somebody next door, Fred Hill. I don't give a shit who it was. Maybe she had that connection because she was connected, because she was sitting still, because she knew that she wouldn't be able to do or speak to Dawn without being connected, at least, so that she could use Messenger. That's just me. Kingsport is a long haul from Allen, right? Well, that's a really long way. But also there are dead spots. There's one spot near the house where it always kicks a call. Right. I just think that, I don't know. I think that they need to kind of expand their search for maybe just a tip or a clue. Like, I don't know, maybe you might find some evidence of phones or blankets or whatever it may be. Yeah. Everybody that I brought that up to about the phone where she was sitting somewhere, and I honestly think it's Mount Carmel Church. I think that's where she went to sit and call so it would stay. Or maybe she knows that that's a good spot. Maybe that's just a great spot. And she sat there with her other phone or whatever. I do. Because from everybody else's, testimony, they like their phone either has no service for long periods of time, or you have to sit at the same spot to get anything. And sometimes that even drops off. So just makes sense. Yeah, I hope they find her too. I do believe that this private investigator on the case, I don't have any ill feeling about like corruption or anything like that. Because obviously private investigators make their money off of finding, it's pro bono, but if they find her, they get the reward money, I would assume. So that is an incentive. So I don't feel like they are, wasting their time just to cover up something. I do think that they're legitimate. I do think that they were probably, I don't think Dawn and Candace probably wanted it, but it would surely look bad if they shot them down, right? This is me. She would know because Robin said she never came into the church. She just said outside on her phone. That makes sense. All right, guys, I didn't want to go too long on this one. I have so much to do. It's hot as Hades. Whoo, it's so hot. It was 105.
Welcome.
Oh, it went down to 97 degrees, but it was 105 today. Welcome. Thank you for joining, Sunshine. Yeah, that's all I got. We're going to set up again at the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office. We're going to do a lot of cool things. I don't want to ruin the surprise on that. But this is absolutely 100% for Summerwells. The Warriors Path, Warriors Park, Vigil, totally support them. Totally support anyone who wants to do a vigil for summer. But I do feel like the Hawkins County Sheriff's Vigil has been a little stifled because of all of the negativity, and I promise you that's not what's going down. You're not going to see riots, and you're not going to see anybody protesting. It's just going to be about summer. It's a vigil, and I want people of Hawkins County to know that. I want YouTube creators to know that. You know, it's not going to be what you think. So don't disregard that, and make sure you check in and watch. Those of you who think that it's going to be some kind of dramatic shit show, it's not. It's about summer. And I would make sure personally that it wouldn't go down that way. Like me personally, I don't care who's going. So please spread this too. I want everyone to have good information out there. I want them to have, I don't want them to have to pick sides. We got to stop picking sides, you know, because that's where it's killing us as a community. Missing children do not deserve that, this pettiness. They don't. And missing persons in general. We need to do better. In the name of these children, Summer Wells, Michael Vaughn, all of them. All right, guys. Did you hear Baby Eve? He's being a turkey. He's had a good day, but he is tired. Mrs. Nap. While you're at the sheriff's vigil, look for Jimmy of Dolly Vision. For sure, for sure. I'm a turtle member. Turtle gang. Woo. All right, guys. As you know, I always say, hug yourself, babies. Hug your grandbabies, fur babies, all the babies. And I will see you on the next live. And I will see you in Hawkins County for Summer Wells Vigil on June 15th. See y'all there. Have a great day. Bye.